What's going on, everybody? Kennybomb is in the building, and as we all know, the wrestling business, it's a tough place. New wrestlers come in, old wrestlers go out. So every year when these 2K games are released, it seems like we're losing more and more big wrestlers. And this edition will be no different because in 2K25, we're losing some pretty big ones. So we gotta talk about it. But first, don't forget to drop a like on this video and smash that subscribe button if you haven't already, especially if you don't want to miss any updates on your favorite wrestling games. Now let's get into it.
Run, boy, they coming on.
Alright, so this is something that happens every year, but this year, we actually got quite a few big names that will miss the roster this time. And previously, it wasn't a big deal because AEW had Fight Forever that they were cooking up, so the wrestlers who weren't in the WWE game could make it into the AEW game. But now, if what I'm hearing is correct, 2K is going to be the only show in town again, which means we will not be seeing these wrestlers in another game for a very long time. So hold 2K24 close to your hearts, ladies and gentlemen, as we uncover the first one. And we're starting big because the first name we have on the list is Bobby Lashley. Now, don't get me wrong. Bobby Lashley, I think, made a great decision by jumping to AEW because the presentation the Hurt Syndicate has right now is just simply amazing. We hurt people. We hurt people. Come on, man. It might be the best theme song in the business today. But what is the impact of not having Bobby Lashley in 2K25? He had a big run in WWE when it was under Vince McMahon, but ever since Triple H took over, it's been kind of light for him. Now, the last time I personally used Bobby Lashley in a 2K game, well, it was SmackDown vs. Raw back then, and it was SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. That game was not good, but I got some good memories with it, so I will miss Bobby Lashley being in the WWE games because, you know what, even if you're putting together a show in universe mode, he's just a good piece to be able to put in there. So, big shouts out to Bobby Lashley, but he will not be in WWE 2K25. Let's go ahead and get to the next name, and that is, oh boy, yikes. Now, some of you guys may be familiar with this young man, and the fact that any of us are familiar with him in this wrestling universe, I think is a big win. Some people might say he only made it into the WWE because he's Gabe Stevenson's brother, but I didn't say that. I think this man is very talented, but I also don't think it's a coincidence that when they canceled Christmas on Gabe Stevenson, Damon Kemp was right out the door as soon as his contract expired. But you know what? He made it into 2K24. That's something he can show his kids. The fact that he's not in 2K25, you know, you're not going to be in every game. So big shouts out to Dame Kemp, but I don't think we will be seeing that young man again. Unless he goes on the indies and, you know, he can get his name up. Look at what Jinder Mahal did. The next one is Drew Gulak. Oh boy. Now, Drew Gulak, I don't know if we should get too much into the allegations around this young man, but he was our trainer in these previous 2K games. Now, he's been taken off the table. Drew Gulak will not be in WWE 2K25. And if the allegations are true, send that man to the... Let's go to the next one. Oh boy, it's Reggie. Reggie. Now, Reggie's another good example. Everybody's not going to have a Hall of Fame WWE career. This guy, you know what? He made it on the Raw. He made it on the SmackDown, did his thing with the women, got sent back to NXT, and then they turned him into scripts. And at that point, the writing was on the wall. Here we are. Reggie's gone. He made it into 2K24. You know what? Again, a big feather you could put in your cap, but he's not going to be in WWE 2K25 because they canceled Christmas on him as well. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. And that's Xia Li. Now listen, when Xia Li came in, she had crazy presentation. I was like, woo, they're giving her a big old entrance. This girl's going to get in here with the rest of these girls, and she is going to cook. And instead, she got cooked. We see how they do with a lot of these international superstars. Shinsuke Nakamura probably being the most notable, I would say. The guy was Michael Jackson in Japan. He came to America and they turned him into Tekashi 6ix9ine. What are we doing? Xia Li, unfortunately, she wasn't as bulletproof as Shinsuke Nakamura was, and she got released. So she will not be in WWE 2K25. Let's go ahead and head to the next one, and that is... what's this guy's name again? I mean, that should pretty much tell you all you need to know. I do remember him running around with Veer Mahan, but being called up to the main roster was these guys' biggest downfall. At least he has that I was in WWE 2K24 feather to put in his cap, so big shouts out to him. Don't cry over spilled milk, man. You know what? Just keep moving forward. Forward motion. The next one we got my boy, Jinder Mahal. One of the biggest balls WWE has dropped. If y'all remember Jinder's championship presentation, now I will admit, the guy wasn't the best in the ring when he got things going, but his look, the feel, the aura, when he was coming out and they used to tilt the cameras all around his body, he had the Singh brothers next to him, the red carpet rolling down to the ring. Jinder Mahal could have been a big star, but they blew it with the promos they gave him, and now the man is out on the indies again. You know what? I still got faith in my boy Jinder Mahal. We will see him again, just not in WWE 2K25. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. We got MVP. Now, I could have put him right next to Bobby Lashley, but we had to come back here so we could say, we hurt people. We hurt people. Now, MVP, big shouts out to him. He doesn't really wrestle too much anymore, so the fact that he was in WWE 2K24, that was a big W. Unfortunately, we will not see him again in 2K25, but maybe, just maybe, we get that elusive announcement and he pops up in AEW Fight Forever Part 2. That's what's not going to happen. But let's go ahead and move on to our next one, and that is Beth Phoenix. Now, Beth Phoenix, her contract came up. Adam Copeland went over to AEW. I'm not one who believes in coincidences. I think Beth Phoenix may be popping up in AEW any day now because apparently Adam Copeland is about to come back. And I think that's the only reason she will not be in WWE 2K25, and that's because she's going over there to be with her husband. The next one we got, Ricochet. Now listen, Ricochet is someone that a lot of people hoped failed when he left WWE, but I think right now he's in a place where he's actually finding himself. The cringe gimmick that he's doing, that cringe heel gimmick, I think that's actually going to work for him. Listen, I told y'all early on Timeless Toni Storm was going to be a hit, but a lot of people did not see it. And she went on to win Female Wrestler of the Year from multiple publications. Right now, this cringe heel character Ricochet has going on is going to work for him. I think it's working right now very early. This is going to get him more over than he's ever been. Maybe we see him back in WWE, but we will not be seeing him in 2K25, and that is a fact. Jack. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Oh, it's Tegan Nox. You know what? Very beautiful woman, but in 2024, it's just not enough. It's just not enough. You got to get in there and you got to cook. All of the women are beautiful. Unfortunately, Tegan Nox had to find it out the hard way. She got released and she will not be in WWE 2K25. Hit the indies, brush up a little bit, come back with a gimmick, and you might be able to cook, young lady. The next one we got, Cameron Grimes, Trevor Lee. Now, before this guy got to the WWE, I was like, that's a star. Not a star, but he was a really good wrestler. AEW was built for guys like Cameron Grimes because he can go in the ring. His moveset is phenomenal. But we saw him go to WWE. They tried to find an entertaining character for him, and they just couldn't find something that worked. They ended up releasing him, and he was crying on X. But unfortunately, those tears will not get my boy a spot in WWE 2K25. The next one we have on the board, oh man. I'm an Indy Hartwell guy, y'all, so this one hurt pretty bad. I don't know why they released her. I mean, I kind of get it. she was like missing something, but I feel like she was like the Iconics. I feel like they had something. They just needed to let them go get it. And Indy Hartwell, I mean, they gave her time, man. But I mean, we got okay. I crashed out a little bit there, so I won't say that. But I will say this: Casey Catanzaro and Candice LeRae are not better than Indy Hartwell. So why did we release Indy? Now she will not be in WWE 2K25. We got 2 left. Now this one, some people might say it's obvious, but we don't know. Triple H said he's still with the company. He's just doing Brock Lesnar things. Now, I think we kind of made a panic button decision in 2K24, and we took Brock Lesnar out because no matter what your opinions are on the man, we can't peg him as guilty before the law says he's guilty. So is it possible we get Brock Lesnar back in WWE 2K25, or will he end up missing the roster again? Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. But we got one more. And this is a guy who somehow missed WWE 2K24. Sometimes wrongs in the world need to be righted. We got to make things right. Because Dolph Ziggler needs to be in every WWE game. He's in TNA, right? I believe he does stuff in TNA now. I think we're definitely getting some type of TNA DLC pack. Put Dolph Ziggler in 2K25. Or we got a problem. Now, as y'all can see, we got more spaces on the board, but they are quite empty. Because sometimes they put wrestlers in one year, and then they take them out the next. Does Martian Thrasher make it in next year? Who gets taken out? And who gets added in? Because there are definitely a few legends that I want to see added to these 2K games that never make it in. And I'm going to tell y'all who those legends are in another video. I need y'all to tell me what other wrestlers y'all don't think will make it in this year in the comment section. But thank y'all for tuning into this video. Don't forget to drop a like on it and smash that subscribe button if you have not already. Bomb Squad, let's get to that.